The Switch 2 has been out for almost 2 months now, and the first party lineup has been arguably light with only Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. While these are both great games, especially when it comes to Donkey Kong, the new system does feel like it could do with some more titles. The best way to do this is through third party, as there are many developers falling over each other to publish games on this new system. That is of course because it is the successor to one of the best selling consoles of all time. The notable third-party launch titles were Cyberpunk and Deltarune, but there is speculation that Nintendo held back on their dev kits before now, which is why we haven't seen more. Today they held a partner direct, and with this we finally get to see what third-party games are coming to the platform in the near future. Some of these are existing games getting ports, but some of them are brand new. I'm going to break down and summarize everything that we saw. If you enjoy this content, please leave a like and subscribe, or if you don't like it, leave a thumbs down and let me know how I can be better for you. And with that, I'm excited to jump into it, so let's go. If you want a popular developer to kick off your partner direct, there's no better place to turn than Capcom. They revealed Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection. Monster Hunter Stories is a side series to the mainline games and focuses on the playable character befriending and fighting alongside monsters as opposed to hunting them. The previous titles revolve around the gameplay loop of hatching eggs, and that very much seems to continue here, as the full cinematic trailer did hone in on an egg and featured some baby monsters who to me look like Rathalos. There was no firm release date for this one, but it does have a year attached to it of 2026. Katamari is a blind spot of a franchise for me, but I always hear people talk fondly of the PS2 cult classic Katamari Damacy. Once Upon a Katamari is a brand new fully fledged title hitting the Switch 2. It includes online multiplayer and an all new soundtrack with returning series contributors. If you're excited to get your hands on this, then there isn't long to wait as it drops on October 24th. Ubisoft haven't made any announcements recently, which isn't surprising given their current state of affairs, but something that was surprising was that there was no indication whether they would be releasing their annualized party game Just Dance this year. That question has now been put to rest as Just Dance 2026 was announced at this direct. It features 40 new tracks and a new co-op party mode. This will hit on October 14th for both Switch systems. One of the more interesting fighting games from last year, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, is flying onto both Switch systems on November 14th, which seems like a perfect fit given its art style. For this type of game, you really need the performance to be high, which I'm sure it will be on the Switch 2, but I am surprised there is a Switch 1 release here, which I would be cautious over. Unexpectedly, the traditional Plants vs Zombies mobile game comes to Switch 1 and Switch 2 on October 23rd with local co-op and PvP. I played the hell out of this game over a decade ago and probably won't be returning here, but it's a great way to kill some time if you've not tried it before. Then in the sports section, we got visuals on EA FC 2026 for Switch 1 and Switch 2 hitting on September 26th, and Madden NFL 26 coming very soon on August 14th. Another new game announcement followed this, with Pac-Man World 2 receiving the remake treatment. This 3D platformer had its original release 23 years ago in 2002. I've never played it, but I do like my 3D platformers, and this one also sports local co-op, which so few games seem to have nowadays. I'll be giving this a try when it comes to Switch 1 and 2 on September 26th. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilist Chronicles is a game we saw pop up earlier this year at PlayStation's State of Play. People are pretty hyped at seeing this game getting the remake treatment, and it comes as no surprise that it is coming to both Switch systems on its launch day on September 30th. Persona is a franchise that I now associate with the Switch, as my entrance into it was Persona 5 Royal, which I played in full on my Switch 1. The beloved Persona 3 Reload is a game I've been meaning to get to for over a year since its release in February last year. Like all Persona titles, it looks incredibly stylish and features a truly sensational soundtrack. Following in Royal's footsteps, Reload will be coming to the Switch 2 only on October 23rd. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment is one of the many games that was revealed at the previous Nintendo Direct that doesn't have a release date. That didn't change here, as it is still just slated for winter. The Dynasty Warriors type game set in the Legend of Zelda universe showed some more story and gameplay beats here, and the things that stood out to me most were some cool looking battle skills, mainly from Zelda. What is intriguing me most about this game is the focus on the story of Zelda's journey leading up to the Tears of the Kingdom, and I can't even begin to explain how much I adored that narrative. However, that type of gameplay isn't really for me, so maybe I'll just wait for the next mainline title. Contrary to its name, Chillin by the Fire looked a little more like a nightmare than cozy game. It is a camping sim focusing on the campfire itself, which looks and sounds calming. That is, until you see the horror of the Switch 2 camera incorporation. I mean, look at that! I hope they're not telling ghost stories, because those pixelated webcam shots are more than enough scary. If you want to get spooked around the fire with your friends, then you can do it immediately, as it is available right now. The very popular Battle Royale Apex Legends is coming to the platform on August 5th alongside the new season and will sport cross-play. Then onto a game I was intrigued by. Hela is a 3D puzzle adventure platformer where you play as a mouse who is a witch's familiar. This enchanting tale has online co-op and fits right into that genre which I am growing ever fonder of as time goes on, due to the likes of It Takes Two, Split Fiction and Unraveled. This game was not previously announced for Switch 2, but now we know it is coming to the platform in 2026. One of the most, in my opinion, criminally underrated games from last year, Star Wars Outlaws, is getting a Switch 2 release. We already saw this one in the Sizzle Reel at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct in April, but now we have a release date of September 4th. A game I'm really looking forward to, and a completely unexpected appearance here, is Bloober Team's upcoming title, Cronos: The New Dawn. This third-person survival horror game had a fairly family-friendly trailer, as one would expect from Nintendo, but I was surprised to even see it here at all. Most unexpected of all was that they managed to cop the release date announcement, which is September 5th, where Switch 2 is added to the platform lineup. Yakuza 0 was one of the third-party titles that hit the Switch 2 launch, and that partnership seems to continue, as Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 will hit the platform on November 13th. We hit the obligatory Sizzle Reel towards the end of the Direct, where we saw Goodnight Universe hitting November 11th, NBA Bounce on September 26th, Hello Kitty Island Adventure in fall 2025, Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven is out today, Shinobi Art of Vengeance on August 29th, and Borderlands 4 on October 3rd. Most of these were already known quantities, but it is always nice to have a shadow drop. The end of the Direct was definitely the strongest, and that was because of two brand new game announcements from Square Enix. The first of which was a new HD 2D action RPG called The Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales, which is an awful name. I mean, come on, The Adventures of Elliot? That's not really a creative way to brand a new IP. Maybe they got more creative with the name of the country. Scratch that. Terrible naming convention aside, this visually beautiful RPG has a focus on playstyles with 7 weapon types to choose from. There is also a 2-player mode available. The story quest seems to be time travel based, and the whole thing looks right up my street. The Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales comes in 2026, but there is a demo out now which I will definitely be checking out. The reason why that game sticks out so much to me is because of Square's other HD 2D RPG game series, Octopath Traveller, a series I absolutely adore and have over 200 hours in across both titles. Speaking of that, to close out the show, Square showed off Octopath Traveller 0, into which I let an audible fuck yeah. 0 seems to follow the same formula as 1 and 2, but they also showed off some village building elements. I was desperate to know more of this, so I went to Square Enix's website, where they provide the following synopsis. In the wake of the tragedy, your hero sets off on a journey to seek revenge and rebuild your hometown in the process. For the first time in the series, you create your own customized protagonist, choosing the appearance, voice, motion, and even your favorite dish. Then you'll take them on a grand adventure over a large and beautiful world full of quests to complete, more than 30 characters to recruit, and people to interact with via the series' signature path actions, plus more than a few dangers to face in gripping turn-based battles with up to 8 characters in your party. As you play, you'll also rebuild build your hometown. As you explore the world, you'll find resources that you can use to build up your settlement. You'll place buildings, create decorations, and bring its scattered people back to their homes. This synopsis from Square indicates a big change when it comes to the party composition. Octopath Traveller to date has been focused on 8 fleshed out characters, hence the name, and bringing more than 30 into the fold as well as a custom protagonist scares me into thinking that we may lose this narrative weight. Everything else sounds and looks amazing though, and it's dropping this year on December 4th with both Switch platforms in the release roster. And there you have it, that was everything announced today at the Partner Direct. All in all, I thought it was a middling display with some treats sprinkled in. I know most people wanted Silksong, Hades 2 and Final Fantasy IX Remake, but for me the most notable absences were From Software and Xbox. From still have the Elden Ring release date to be announced, and I was certain we'd see more of the Duskbloods. Xbox on the other hand have gone full multi-platform, and we are yet to see anything on this new system outside of Tony Hawk, which is incredibly surprising. Games like Grounded 2, Sea of Thieves and South of Midnight feel like perfect fits outside of the obvious additions like Call of Duty. Maybe we'll see more of all of this at Gamescom next month. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to help out the channel, or leave a thumbs down and I'll try to be better next time. Let me know in the comments below what you were hoping to see today and if it met your expectations. For everything else, Casual Gamer, keep it here. Peace and love.